Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have a test right this time on 2016 Ford Fusion 1.5 liters. This is from a local customer, Qais, in Chantilly. This is your computer. So he dropped this computer not too long ago, and I always try to give priority to shops and local customers. And that priority is myself working late hours, so I don't delay your computers even if you're not local. But when a local computer or a customer comes, I stay late to make sure that they can get it back right away. All right, so his concern is no communication. So give me just 1 second to put the picture of, actually, let me see if I have it already in the folder. Maybe not. All right, guys, I got the information in there already. So let me move you over to, well, let me show you the computer. I have it with a decay box on top, which I'm going to try to use the intake air temperature sensor to see if the computer is actually have logic and is stuck in a normal test for this to go through, right? All right, so as far as everything, I have the scanner ready to go here. It's not connected yet. So let me just show you briefly everything that I have gathered. This is from Ford directly, Identifix. This is the original diagrams. Nice from Ford, color diagrams with links and everything. So in this first page, we have grounds on pins 96 to 99 on the connector C1915B. This connector has, this computer has two connectors, E and B. The one with less, let me just rephrase that because it's a little hard to say if it's less pins or not. But I have not opened the connector one, so give me just 1 second because I got everything in here. So I know that this is the connector in here, so and it starts from 1 to 103 pins. I didn't download E because I don't need it for this time, this test. So, but yeah, it's pretty easy to find out which one is which. This connector has like these, two rows of bigger pins. The other connector does not have that set up. So it's a little bit different. All right, so again, coming in here, we got grounds on those pins. CAN high is a high-speed CAN, which goes to pin 6 and 14 on the DLC, which is perfect because I can do communications if work everything well. On the vehicle, we have in the same connectors on pins 101, 102, 103, voltage constant. Actually, it says hot in a start and run, so this should be ignition. And then the keep alive power on pin 28. And then a constant power on pin 48, which they call, Ford calls it ESPR. All right, so that's pretty much what I need to power out the computer. I also have more diagrams in here because I was going to use one of the APPs, accelerator pedals, 5-volt reference and ground in order to see if the computer has actually 5 volts, which we'll do. I have the pins ready. I disconnected it because I have it in here. I don't, they're easy to fall out and it's hanging in there. So I want to do this test first. So for these, I was onto the air temperature sensor 2 and pin 34. You see right here. Let me get a box again. I always forgot to do that because I can see really well, but not you guys. So I'm going to move this so you can see the mouse. So EAT2, air temperature sensor 2 on pin 34 connector C1915A. Again, the one with less pins or different than the one we have right now. And I just went over to that one. And then as we know, thermistors, this will be a 5 volts that it will be pulled down to ground. And that is through the thermistor. So these are very robust and very different signals because it's a 5-volt signal. It's not a 5-volt reference. All right, so what else we have in here? Again, the connector. I think that's all I really want to show here. This is the bin number that we have on this computer. It will end in 3555. So we'll see if the scanner can read it or not. Also, again, a short commercial to my business. If you have any computers that you need repairs or instrument clusters, please don't hesitate to go and look for My Salazar Diagnostics. I'm your best choice. There is no other company in the United States that offers the services that I offer, the transparency that I offer for you. You will be completely relax knowing that your module is good and you will see it working and talking, because I try to put videos of all the repairs that I do, so you have a peace of mind that when it goes to you, it's ready to go. And the reason I only have 5-star reviews is because of the same thing. I'm a human and I can make mistakes, but I try to, if I make it, it's not going to be in your hands, it's in my hands, and it's corrected. So when I record the videos for you, it's fully functional and ready to go to you. All right, so again, in here, just look for My Salazar Diagnostics. You have 2 boxes on the bottom of the screen. The white box, if you click in there, it will download a form for you to fill with your contact information, part numbers, bins, and all the information that I need. Please click on the other box, the black one, which says click here to email us. That will open your email browser. I always like to have an email from you, like that we can establish a way of communications, and I can send you pictures or the video links or anything that I need to send you, including the payment link, which is, I use Citibank Clover, so it's a secure site, and I don't manage any of the information, so you just do your own payment when it's done, and you get the invoice from My Salazar Diagnostics in there. All my repairs have warranty. The fares depend on what I'm repairing and what the repair was, but most of my repairs has 1-year warranty, if not even more. All right, so thank you so much. Let's keep going with the repairs, or with the test, sorry. So let me bring the scanner up the screen, and I'm going to move that one. I'm going to move it here because I'm going to put also the multimeter, which is going to be important to have. I don't know why it didn't come on. Let me just make sure. It should be on. Yes, it should be on. Oh yeah, it is. I don't know why I didn't see it. Okay, it is on. All right, so let me power out the computer. We have now 3.87 volts. It's not abnormal because remember, I got that decay box in there connected, so it is already being pulled to ground, and that is a constant ground because it's going through my power supply, so that is why it's there. So that is actually looking good. All right, so let's do a scanner. Since I don't have the entire vehicle connected, I'm going to do a manual selection, even though this is a newer vehicle and it should read it. 4 is a very picky in that because it has usually a gateway on the connector on the DLC. So let's do manual. So again, this is a 2016 and it's a Fusion. And these ones, I know there is none of the titaniums. It's an SE, so it could be this one right here, Fusion SE. Oh yeah, that's exactly the one. And then it's yep, that is the correct one. All right, so let's enter into the engine. Well, it looks like we are definitely in communication. Let's see code to menu, memory codes, and see what we got in here. Well, those are not connected, so nothing abnormal in there. Remember, his concern is a no start, no communication with the computer. So I don't see nothing abnormal. I'm looking for like maybe a RAM memory fold or something like that that would prevent, or anti-theft, which right now is not connected, but I can probably go into freeze frame and see if that is the case. Internal control module vehicle speed performance. Now that's not I see in relay right there. Okay, like here. Oh yeah, we do have one. B06B800 internal control module non-volatile random access memory MBRAM error. Ooh, that is a problem. That is a problem. Okay, that is definitely a fault that I need to keep an eye on. The nice thing about Snap-on is if I go over to my vehicle history, any computer that I have connected and I need to revisit the faults, I have now all the fault code lists in here. So again, if I run something on this scanner, that's what I like to use the Snap-on, because of a lot of their software in the Snap-on is very, very user friendly, and I upload that from a Snap-on, Autel, Tap Done, They do have very good software on the scanner, but not for you to revisit and have the information for future. If there are improving, especially hotel is a lot better. But yeah, so we can see all the faults in here. Let me see, make sure that I have that one in here. Because I don't see it in here. Let me see.
As you like. Before I can do that,
Sonos,
you
stop.
need to go to the Sonos app to reauthorize.
Hey, Sonos, stop. I don't know why. That's sometimes. Charge manifold. Oh, I'm trying to see, make sure that we got a full here because I don't see it. So, Future SC. Yeah, there is no more falls. I'm trying to scroll with my mouse, but I don't see nothing in here. Not sure why those are not there. All right, so let's go back to the vehicle. You know, you got to click us in here. So we got 27 faults. And probably is because I am in memory code. That's probably why it is not there. Because this one is reading not many. Now I have 28. Let me see. Skip scrolling down. ECM, internal. Well, that fault is definitely there. Let me see what else is in here. Generator. So all the rest I can definitely disregard. Lost communication with power steering. Invalid data received from body control. Yeah, it is not connected. So those are, let me see if I can print this up because, well, at least I have the video to, yeah, I can print this list code. So Microsoft Print, I'm going to save this data because I want to make sure that I don't lose this list. Come on. All right, so let me go over to his folder. Sorry, guys, let me pause this 1 second. All right, I got the fault saved. And the reason I did that is because we had that one in there with the memory. And I can definitely repair that. Well, it is a little hard to do sometimes, but we'll see. All right, let me erase the fault codes and see if that fault comes back. Sometimes you have to cycle the key in order for those to come back. So let's go over to memory codes. And this, as you see, is doing a self-test again. So let me go down. I'm scrolling a little faster. Yeah, internal. Oh no, that one went away. PCM. Oh, looking at that. I'm going really fast because I need to see if that fault comes back or not. Yeah, internal. I don't see internal control module vehicle speed. That's what it caught my attention, but that is a different fault. Not a problem with that one. All right, so let's do a key on engine off self-test to see if that one comes in, because this is going to take a little longer. This is, it's going to definitely acquire more fault codes. I hope that you guys are not getting bored for this, but this is actually a test. If you're a technician or even on your own car and you have a capable scanner, this is what you can do with the Fords. Right, we got now, as you see, a total of 51 fault codes. So I'm going to scroll down a little faster because I'm very good to catch those faults in there, especially when it says internal right here. You see, right, that one caught my attention immediately. I don't see the other fault here, but I'm going to keep scrolling down. Yeah, now we got shift solenoids and other faults that were not there before because now we did a key on engine off self-test, which is definitely good because that's what we're looking for, but I don't see that volatile memory fault that was there before. All right, so it still is into the back of my mind. So let's go over to data display. I can definitely see the computer talking. I mean, there's no communication that he has. I don't know exactly what's going on. If they're missing a power, because missing a main power, like the keep alive power on the computer, can give you the faults like that. So I would recommend to Qais to check powers and grounds and everything as they should have done. But yeah, sometimes they are, they do check and it passes. I'm not saying that they didn't, because I have not really talked to them as far as this that we see right now. All right, but let me go over to engine management. You can see it says that not all PIDs are available, and this is normal because sometimes Ford just sets too many faults sometimes, or it gives you too many PIDs. I'm going to do a custom because, you know, we don't have many in here. And this is going to go over to all the menus on the 4. And then we have to just deselect. You see, it's looking at fuel trim, misfire data. And those are different menus that had more data pits. Because, yeah, 4 gives you a ton of pits, which sometimes, I mean, is overwhelming when you're selecting. And Snap-on doesn't have, that part is not really such a user-friendly because it doesn't give you A to Z to select a pit or search for a specific pit. So in here, I'm just going to deselect all, and I can do that just by doing that in the check marks in there. And now I'm going to open this, and I'm going to go over to intake air temperature sensor. And remember, we are looking for intake temperature sensor 2. So I'm just going to try to scroll down, and I'm going to go module voltage too. We can change those two. So we got intake temperature and voltage, and let's go over to module supply. Oop, just click. No, yeah, it is in here. All right, let's do a list view. And we have temperature. All right, so I'm going to change the temperature, the voltage too. So we're going to see 2 graphs in here. All right, so I'm going to change the voltage or resistance that I have, and that's going to change. You can see how that went up. So 55, 62, we can see how the temperature is changing on that intake temperature. And it's going in a step because I'm, you know, cycling in here. So that should be a really not normal reading on air temperature, you know, air temperature 172 degrees, we all die, right? But yeah, so it is reading good. I don't see a problem with that. I'm going to change the voltage on my voltage power supply. So we will now see how I went to 12.7 and then up. I'm going to go on up another voltage, a voltage down to come back. And you guys can see that on a graph. That is very nice. The other thing that you can see is that the voltage that we have here, the 2.79, is kind of like very close to what we see onto that multimeter that I have connected directly to that same line, right? So, yeah, everything is matching up. I mean, a 10 of a volt into what I'm reading to what the computer reads. It's okay. That is not abnormal. Remember, this is processed data. What you see on the meter is not processed because it's directly connected to the wire. And that's what we are having a little bit of a slightly difference in there. I'm also not using the sensor ground, but that is all working good. So let me exit here. I'm going to go back to the main menu, and I'm going to turn the computer off. You're going to see the difference on the voltage. As I turn everything off, you can see that now we are reading 44 millivolts. So let me, again, in this time, I'm going to turn the computer back on, and we can see the voltage of 2.9, which is, again, depends on how much resistance I'm giving to that computer through that decay box. I'm giving it right now 3,960 ohms. I'm going to exit this time like this, so you can hear that BCI from a Snap-on the back end doing that. I'm going to go back to the scanner. This time I'm going to try to do not a manual. I'm going to try to do an automatic ID and see if the scanner can read the beam number. Again, this is all tests that I'm trying to perform for and the customer. And if you send a computer, this is exactly what I do. And this is how I do it in the shop too. You know, if I'm working on a car and I have no communication, I need to check powers and grounds, logic of the computer before I condemn a computer, right? Because it's definitely an expensive component, right? So this is all valid tests. If you're a technician or if you're working in your own car, this is, stay tuned because this is what you want to do. You really want to do powers and grounds, firewall reference. Well, look, we can definitely read the VIN number on the car. So not a problem at all. And remember 3555, I can go back to the folder because this is the VIN that he sent me. And we have right now in here the 3555. I can show you also in the picture that he sent me with the fold because I don't think I showed you this before. where it says lost communication with the ECM, control module PCM, power control module A, and you can see the VIN number right here. So this is where I got the VIN number from him, and you can see what it ends in 393555, just to get more even numbers. So that is definitely the vehicle. So the computer is communicating Qais 100%. So I thought I wasn't going to be able to communicate, but we did. So I don't see any problems in here. Let me see functional test. What we have, special functions, reset keep alive memory. No, we don't need to do that. Programmable module installation. No. So nope, we don't have anything that I need to do here. We can go back to the data display just one more time again. I'm sorry guys, it's a little repetitive, but this is how I gather data. I am looking forward to see if it fails, right? Because that's what I see here for, I mean, he's concerned, definitely no communication. I don't see that here. It's talking to me and us, right? Because we're all together with this every single time, right? So, and I went manually selecting and automatic ID. So not a problem for this module to talk to my wireless BCI from Snap-on at all, right? So, and I'm connected, as you can see, with my universal decade box, universal test platform that I got from Waxy Electronics. If you want to look for that company, it's really good. I know AliExpress and so might sell it, but I try to stay with a good company. Waxy is a very good company. David Sun is the guy that I deal with all the time, and he is very good with that. All right, so the other thing that I can show you in the meantime this is happening is you know, the decay box that we have in here, and you can see in there, if I move the wires a little bit, right, the 3960 ohms, as I tell you, and this is just the wire that I have directly to ground, and that green one is going to pin 34 on the computer. All right, let's go back to the screen. I'm going to put the meter right there so you guys can see. So I'm going to deselect all the data as I did before. Scroll down quickly to the air intake temperature 2. Now that we know pretty much where it is, hopefully I didn't pass it. Yeah, no, it's here. So we're going to select that, and the module voltage, which is here. And then I can do graph view too, because there are not many pits. So they should be immediately into that. Perfect. So one more time, let's change the temperature, and we can see immediate change in voltage and in temperature. So the computer is reading perfectly that. So we can now 162.55. I'm going the opposite way as we were before, and it's changing because I went to 0, so I can go into that one. Let's do the voltage supply. I mean the voltage. I'm going down back to 13 something, and then up, and then back to 13. So the computer is communicating 100%. What else I wanted to do here? Communication. We read the bean. I thought it was something when I was recording the video, and now I am not sure what I wanted to see. Oh, the faults, right? So you see, it's like, and I'm sorry guys, I've been working late, trying to keep up with the demand because I got a lot of work. So I'm a little tired, and I'm trying to keep focusing what I'm telling you, and also on my tests as well. All right, so let's go back to full codes and see if we had that memory code that was for the MB RAM or something that we had before. Just going to scroll down a little faster. You see we got the internal control module vehicle speed performance. That is not a problem. The energize, yeah, it is back in here. So you see we got a P06 B800. So I'm going to copy this. Well, since I'm not paying for subscription, it's not going to give me much. Either way, I'm going to tell you that Snap-on is definitely don't even spend the money on intelligent diagnostics for a Snap-on, because it's not going to give you much. Let me look for that in Identifix, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, I got you in the screen. Let me actually get that circle out of there because it's going to be in the way now. And let's just read a little bit, right, of what it says. It says, refer to the applications workshop manual. It says, internal control module, non-volatile, random access memory, error. This DTC says when a concern with the ability of the PCM to correctly store permanent DTC is present. Why are you disconnecting? Well, either way, let me see, because that is like the scanner disconnecting from the computer. No, it's not disconnecting. Because I just heard, I'm going to put this into the data display. Sorry, because I just heard this, the BCI kind of like almost disconnecting. The voltage and the amperage is normal, so I'm always looking for that. So again, guys, this is a test. I don't know if you saw something because I was in the middle of reading that information. I will revisit the video to see if that multimeter went to zero and any time during that sound to see if we lost communication, but I actually doubt it. And so let's do the same custom. And I'm going to keep the battery voltage and the temperature in the scanner. So if I lost something, I will be able to see it on the data, because remember, this Snap-on is recording all the pits. If you have it on the screen, like I will in a second, and then we can read the information that we have seen and probably click on that link link that is on that description. All right, so let me scroll down to the intake temperature 2. And the module supply voltage right here. And I'm going to put them in a list view, because when you have it in a list view, a scanner is recording, right? So we can always put that in a graph or so. So hopefully that sound comes back when we're reading this. Now I can click in here. All right, let's keep reading what it says in here, right, guys? All right, so we have, it says, this DTC says when a concern with the ability of the PCM to correctly store permanent DTC is present. Low battery voltage, possible causes, right? Low battery voltage, battery of charging system concern, B power circuit intermittently short, B power intermittently open. So any of those, I mean, open, short, or whatever, right? So, wow. Power grounds in circuit intermittently open. Damage run star relay. Damage on the run star relay. That is actually, well, but it should not give the full, because I don't have the relays connected. Check for the DTC and then not for this first. Check for order DTCs. So yeah, well, so what order DTCs? Fours are really vague on flow charts like this. Sometimes that is laughable. All right, so refers if the problem persists, but this should not prevent, as far as I'm reading in here, because this is availability of a stored DTC. So this should not prevent the car from start. It says also if retrieve after PCM programming. Let me just make sure. Check for an electrical or charging system concern. If an update calibration is available, update the calibration to the latest level. If an update calibration is not available, clear the DTCs and repeat the self-test. If this DTC is retrieved after a programming, turn the ignition off and allow the PCM to complete a normal power down sequence. This is only if you just did a programming, right? Yeah, I think that I can read that now so you guys can see my gestures, because that's also important. Where we turn the ignition off and do a power down sequence. If the DTC is retrieved again, install a new PCM. Wow. Very easy to say that. This should be saying in there, since the PCM is part of an emissions of your vehicle, is covered under warranty for 150,000 miles or 100,000 miles or 10 years, because it's pretty easy to just tell you that go and replace our computer because we just got a VRAM memory full. It's a 2016. This is only 9 years old computer. So this is where sometimes buying a domestic vehicle will not really cover us as much as having another car. This is where I always fight with the domestic vehicles warranty, programming the BID block for replacement PCM. This should be just when you're doing a programming. Flash electrically erasable programmable read-only memory. The flash EEPROM is contained in an integrated circuit internal to the PCM. The flash EEPROM contains the vehicle strategy, including calibration information. So yeah, we'll know that. Well, I know that at least. So if you guys want to read, just, you know, read this onto what I'm having in here. I'm actually going to print this into the customer folder to send that to them. Yeah, that should be enough. Some vehicles might have the engine serial number program, the ATC 2468. That's not in here. Yeah, this is just normal information. In order for the misfire detection system to function correctly, any mechanical inaccuracies in the crankshaft position sensor must be learned by the PCM. This information is stored in the NVN, non-volatile memory, right? In the PCM, it is not clear when the keep alive memory is reset. Neutral profile learning is accomplished using the scan tool at any time the PCM is replaced. So yeah, that's like a relearn of the CKP of crankshaft, which is on all newer vehicles you need to do that, right? So even in the old vehicles, I don't know if you remember on the GMs and so when you have to do like a full acceleration after you replace a PCM, that's what they were doing, right? So read the crankshaft position sensor. Yeah, this is just a normal programming sequence and what you need to do after calibration or so. All right, guys. Yeah, I think that I don't want to make this already video even longer than what it is. But yeah, I'm going to have to recommend to Qais that we need to do a programming on this computer and see if that corrects. And this is no warranty, right? Because you can see what it says on the beginning in here. So I cannot warranty what, not even the dealer warranty, right? So they tell you to first do a programming. If that doesn't correct it, then replace the computer. But this is not nothing abnormal. But again, this should not prevent the vehicle from starting. This should give you a fault code that will not let you go through emissions because it's a fault code that cannot be erased. So this is something definitely needs to be corrected, but this is not his concern. Remember, as a mechanic, as a diagnostician that I am, it's a lot of stuff that I want to do to this module that is not what it's here for, right? So it's the same thing if you're sending a module. I will try to stick with the concerns, but I will give you the recommendations, what it needs to be done. And at the end of the day, it's your sole decision of what you want to do with it or not, because it's yours, right? Okay, guys, so thank you so much for visiting the channel. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye-bye.